Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. In today's exciting episode, well, I was going to do a style episode, but I haven't got any images ready. So we are just going to have a look at what I've been working on this week. Some beading.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So I bought this strawberry fabric, I think it was at the end of year sales, and it was really cute. It's a quilting cotton, so it came in lots of different colors, like the base color instead of the pink. There was also aqua, yellow, and like red, I think, and I just thought the pink was the cutest. I think pink and red are great together, and it kind of reminded me of those strawberry shortcake dolls. So I bought a yard of it and I turned it into two little boleros earlier this year. And now here I am deciding what sort of beads or sequins to put on it. So I had these sequins out because I thought I might use them on the flamingo jacket. And between each day. So I shot this over the past week, and I just took pictures. There's a picture in between each day to mark each day. Anyway, so I thought maybe I would use those large sequins, but I think I might keep them for the flamingo one. Anyway, I remembered that I have these tiny little owls. I know owls and strawberries have nothing to do with each other except that, little girls would probably love, or little kids who like pink would probably like both the strawberry shortcake jackets and the sort of pinky peach coloured owls. So I had maybe 800, 1,000 of them, something like that. But some of them don't have a hole through them and some of them do. So I was like, I wasn't even sure if I would have enough for one. Spoiler alert, I do have enough. I finished all of stitching them on. So here I am slowly stitching them on. So I decided to put them over the pink bits because, the fabric is about the strawberries. So, yeah. And I just slowly stitched it on. So I did one stitch and then sort of pulled the thread and made sure it had the right tension. And then I did a second stitch. So yeah, I prefer to attach each bead with 2 stitches, or if it's a big bead, then 3 stitches. And I've used 2 bits of thread doubled over, so it's essentially 4 bits of thread. So, yeah. And the reason I have the grass thing on the back is because I want a design feature on the back, but it's basically just a placeholder. It's holding the place. And I don't know, I kind of like it because the print has strawberries on it, and strawberries, of course, have that green bit on the top. So I was like, maybe I'll keep the grass bit on there, but it's sort of just, it's out of character because the owls are so tiny. It sort of didn't suit it. So anyway, here we are with half of it done and half of it not done. And I really like the weight on the jacket. But this is me sort of like, I like the green of this triangle, this grass triangle, but I don't know. I guess because the owls are so tiny, it just didn't seem like the balance was there for it. So I ended up stitching around this triangle and then taking it off. But it's a good placeholder. Anyway, so I just slowly filling in the whole thing. And yeah, it just took forever because, they're so tiny and there's almost 1,000 of them. As I said, I was planning on doing a style episode this week. So I started listening to a few podcasts about style or fashion, and there's this one called Clothes Horse. The podcaster is Amanda, and she's really good. She does so much research and so much work goes into her writing each script each week. So if you haven't listened to Clothes Horse, the podcast, it's about slow fashion, and there are a few episodes about sewing and crafting and things like that, but mainly it's about being a bit slower in how much you consume. And then I went on to my second jacket. I got a bit bored with the owl one. And so the style episode is coming, but I was just like, I think my approach to style is very different because I'm a very different sort of person. And so listening to what the consumer version mindset of fashion was just really interesting to me. I was like, yeah, I don't know. It's just different to way I guess I sort of think about it more from an industry or designer perspective. Anyway, so this is the second of the two strawberry shortcake bolero jackets. And with this one, I was like, oh, maybe I'll put my beading features on the, cover up the strawberry. Spoiler alert, this is the exact same jacket. So obviously I ended up taking those ones off and working around the strawberries because, it's the strawberry shortcake fabric. But this is what I did originally because I have a lot of these pale pink sequins. So I did one flat, one's folded up, and then a sort of pale pink bead, and then the diamond shaped red transparent plastic one, and then it was topped with this sort of pinky coral dusty pink one on top. So it's sort of a stack, and I don't know, I think it's really cute. But yeah, I didn't have enough of the red diamond shaped beads. So I was like, well, I can't do all of them in that. I do have smaller red diamonds, so I could have mixed them up. And I don't know. I really like it. I think what I also didn't like is that it covered up the strawberry, which was why I bought the fabric in the first place. So it sort of made the actual base a little bit more generic, which I didn't like. I like the busyness of the strawberries, I think. And so then I put some red metallic sequins in between just to sort of make it busy it up again, make it a little bit more chaotic. And then I sort of abandoned that and went back the next day and it was still on my workbench. And then, I just remembered that I had these little owls because I was like, what other kids sort of things do I have? So, yeah, I ended up cutting all those off and I was like, no, we'll just take all this off and we'll start from scratch again. So I love this Chanel. It's a really old vintage Chanel tweed. It's beautiful. Anyway, so then I cut off all those sample ones that I'd done on the second jacket and I was like, okay, I'm slightly less bored by the owl one now. At least the owl one is working. So I went back to stitching these on. So just one stitch, two stitches. Like you do one stitch, then you just carefully reposition the bead to make sure it's in exact right spot. Check the tension on the thread and then do your second stitch. Then you move on to the next one. It takes forever. And as I said before, I unpinned the grass triangle. I just stitched around it. So I'm going to have a feature on the back and it's all marked out. So yeah. And here I think I finally done all the beading. The sleeves are a little bit tricky because you sort of have to work around them. But I think I've actually finished it at this point, apart from the design feature, which is just negative space at the moment. I really want it to be bright red, but yeah. But I don't know, because the jacket is pink and the little owls, I'm not sure if you can tell. Later on it becomes much more clear. But the little owls, they're made out of that, I don't know what it's called, poly something or other. And yeah, it's sort of, it's apricot, but it's kind of, the sides are more orange than the top. It's really weird. So if you look at it from the side, it looks more orange. And if you look at the little owls front on, then they look a little bit more pinky apricot. So I was like, well, I don't know. There's something really three-dimensional about them. So I kind of wanted to find a way of incorporating that into the design feature on the back. Anyway, so the base of that one, the first layer of beading of that first one is done. And then this is the second one that I work on. So the second one, for the longest time, so I started off by, I decided this one I wanted to have flowers on it. So I got out the pink flowers, the pale pink flowers, and then they sort of looked like they weren't enough. So then I got out some cherry blossom centers and also those pink sequins that I'd used in the first design attempt. And I sort of did a mix of 3 different types of pale pink flowers, and they all have the red plastic bead in the centre. So there's a uniformity on it. Plus it sort of ties in with the little strawberries in the white bits. So this side is done and the other side is not done yet. So I'm just sort of showing you the difference. I love the texture on it. And because I've used pale pink on pale pink, from far away it doesn't really look like anything. It just looks like it's got these red polka dots or something. But up close you see all the texture and all the flowers, and I absolutely love this one. I love it so much. Like, it's incredibly complex, but from far away it still looks exactly the same. Like, it's got exactly the same measure of pale pink versus red, and I just love it. So it's much more complex, but essentially it looks, if you're just being superficial, it looks the same. And this is it. So it took ages, but obviously I got bored with filming everything. And I mean, it's kind of just the same thing over and over again. And if you want to see how to do these flowers, because it is a little bit tricky, then I've got a separate beading tutorial where I take you through how you do each of these ones. And there'll be a link in the description box below to the beading tutorial video, or just go to my page and type in tutorial. It's the only one that's a tutorial. So here it is, and it's finished. This is, well, I thought it was finished, but then I put it up on the mannequin and I don't know, it just feels like, because I normally put so much beading on each of my jackets, and normally I work with tweed, so the jackets are a little bit heavier anyway. I just felt like it wasn't heavy enough. Like, if I wear it over a t-shirt and jeans, it just won't feel like it's heavy enough yet. So then I was like, oh, and also I couldn't for the life of me decide what to do for the triangle on the back. So I was like, I'll put some big red sequins, and then I was like, I'll put something in between. So then I added some standard red sequins. Well, they're sort of larger, but so I've got giant ones that have sort of got an orangey tone to them, and the smaller metallic ones, relatively smaller metallic ones, are sort of more of a cherry, darker red, cooler red. So anyway, I don't like it. I think here it is. And as you can see, one of the big orangey giant red ones is the wrong way around. It's got the reflective side up, whereas all the others are reflective side down, which is super annoying. So I think I'll just take all of those sequins off and just start from scratch again. I might use beads on it. I'm not sure. I think I'm doing some beading around the edges. Oh, here we go. And yeah, so I decided it wasn't heavy enough. So I think I will just take off all the design feature beading sequins and start from scratch again with that. But before I do that, I will do these 2 fringes. And before you ask why on earth I'm doing 2 things at once, these are the beads. So the smaller beads, it had 4 colours in there, and I'm using up the pale pink and the sort of dusty pink or dusty coral pink ones all at the same time. And then I had these other sort of rice grain shaped beads in multiple colors. So I was like, I'll just use up the creamy ones and the coral and peach ones all at once. So yeah, I sort of used up one set of colours, then I got the other jacket and used up the other set of, and so I did both samples, and then I was like, yeah, actually, I like both of them. I wasn't sure if I was going to do both of them. I was just using up the beads, and I was like, we'll see which sample I like, and we'll stick with that one. But actually, I like both of them, and this one just looks incredible. I just love pale pink and red together. I think it looks amazing. It does look a bit straggly. So, and I was like, I wasn't sure if I had enough to do a second layer. I do have enough to do a second layer around the bottom, but that's it. So this is me showing you the half that's done and the half that isn't done. So it definitely looks so much better with the beading. I wasn't sure, but it just looks so much better. And oh my gosh, that design feature on the back is really annoying me now. I definitely have to unpick that. But yeah, this beading is so cute because I wanted the jacket to look sort of quite vintage. And I was like, is this lampshade style beading going to... I wasn't sure whether it was going to make it look 80s because I kind of wanted this particular jacket to look sort of more 1950s, and it does. It's so cute. Anyway, in this bit of footage here, you can sort of see the owls from the side, and you can see they really are much more orange from the side. So which is why I added those sort of peachy orangey beads, the top sort of faceted oval one in there as well. So this is me comparing the two. It's sort of quite difficult to work around. I'd already done the beading on the body of the jackets, and then I had to add the fringe around it. So in patches it sort of looks a little bit uneven, but once I've done both layers of the bottom of the beading, it won't seem so uneven. But this is me just showing you the two. So I haven't finished them yet because I ran out of time. This is actually quite a lot of beading, even though it may seem like it's not. Because like when you're doing the peachy pink on pink and or the pink flowers on pink, it's sort of, it doesn't really look like much beading, but believe me when I say this is a lot of beading. And because the beads I used are quite small and therefore not very heavy, it's, yeah, I guess it's not the most impressive amount of work for this past week, but yeah, I'm really happy with the way it's shaping up. And this lampshade beading, it's going to be so cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. So there's enough to do one whole layer of those beads, but I don't know what I'm going to do for the second layer because it definitely needs a second layer. It's so stringy and gappy. It definitely needs the second layer. But yeah, so this is me where the first layer is done. And I think I've done half of it. Yeah, anyway, I decide it needs another second layer. But, and this is me thinking maybe I'll use the remainder of the Nostrala beads for the back on this one. So these are the ones I used it for on the forage jacket. And I think they look like wild strawberries on that one. They just look so amazing. So I'm thinking I might use them, because obviously this is a strawberry print jacket, so it would totally suit it. I'm not sure though, so we will see. I'm going to finish the fringing on both of them first. Obviously I have to do the fringing on the sleeves as well. I think I might just do the front half of the sleeves instead of doing the whole way round, and that way I'll have enough of the rice-shaped beads to do the sleeves as well. So I'm going to finish this pink and red one, and then I'll go back to the owl one. I don't know what I'm going to do for the second layer of the owls. I think I'll run out of the owls, and I've run out of everything after the first layer of the owl one. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I guess I'll just root around in my beads and I'll do the first layer and then I'll worry about the next one. But I'm super, super thrilled with the way this one here is working out. It's just so pretty. Like the closer you get, you just see all the texture and all the work in it. It's just really, really good. Because like as I was doing it, I was like, will you even be able to tell But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Still got a long way to go, but I really like it. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the design feature on the back. I think it would be nice if I used those Nostrala beads, the red solid beads with the silver highlights. I think that'd be nice. Definitely nicer than this. Oh, honestly, these giant sequins, the sort of orangey red, they do not go well with this design. I think the giant orangey red ones will look good on the owl one though, because that's sort of peachy and the owls have the orange side to them. But I think the design feature on this one will be more of a cherry red. I really don't like, I'm trying to not like it, but I don't really like the V-neck on this one. I'd much prefer it if it was a higher neck and it had been round. I think it would have been much cuter. But it is what it is. Once I have the beading, the lampshade beading on the sleeves, like on the outer half of the cap sleeves, I think I will like it more. But anyway, so that was it when the first layer of the fringing was done. And this is me once I've started the second layer of the fringing. So the fringing is only going to have a second layer around the bottom. So here we go. As I said, I didn't have enough of those rice green beads. So in between the ones that I'd done, I did just a string of small beads and then the cherry blossom sort of pale pink flower thing and then a red bead as well. So I'll show you, once I finished it, I'll lay out the strings of the order of each of the beads that I did them in. But I haven't finished it yet. I totally ran out of time. So as you can see, only half of it's done. I like the top the way that it is and the bit down the V-neck. But yeah, here you can see it goes back to, so this bit here is 2 layers and it's adorable. But this bit here, it goes back to 1 layer of the fringe and it's just so gappy. There's such a big difference. Like when you go up the front and around the neckline, it's nice with the amount it has, but it really does need that second layer. So I guess there is more beading in my immediate future. Fun for me. No, it's I can sort of see what it's going to look like now and it's super cute. So yeah. Sometimes I forget, I guess I just forget how much I like pale pink and red together. And this has just been absolutely adorable to work on. I mean, I did mean to stop and work on the style episode. I also have been meaning to make a summer dress for at least a month or 2 now. But I don't know, beading is just so much fun. What sort of sewing projects are you working on? I hope there's something that, like, I don't think it really matters what you work on as long as you're having fun and enjoying it. Anyway, that is it for this episode. Next episode, definitely be a style one. And yeah, I really do not know what the design features on the back of these ones will be. Definitely be red triangles, but I'm just not sure what beading or sequins I will use. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thanks again for watching and happy sewing.